The Shepnaz Podcast begins now.
Welcome to the Shepnaz Podcast. I'm Joe, and I'm your host today, and I have the pleasure of sitting down with our children's pastor, Brett Dillinger, and we are excited to be able to talk to you today about plans that are coming up for our very soon coming Vacation Bible School.
Oh, yeah.
And we kind of teased this, I think, a few weeks back when we said, it was going to be coming. And now it's to that point where it will soon be upon us. People are starting to think about summer coming, the weather's getting warmer, school's starting to wrap up, people are making vacation plans. We've had Mother's Day, Memorial's Day, all that stuff is just one right after another. And one of the things that we're really looking forward to is Vacation Bible School. So welcome in.
Thanks, Joe. Happy to be here. Hey, everybody.
I know that there has been a lot of planning going on, which is exciting.
Oh, yeah.
And speak a little bit, first of all, I guess we'll get this off right at the top of when is Vacation Bible School this year?
So this year, Vacation Bible School is taking place here at Shepherd Gehenna June 9th through 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. So it's taking place in the evenings on a Monday through Friday. That's the 9th through 13th.
And that's the week leading up to Father's Day.
Yes.
Just as a reminder for that. And as of now, if you're hearing this, registration is open.
It's open, yep.
And you've had a lot of fun getting that all set up in our new church management system that we've talked about. We have all kinds of cool registration and check-in and all that stuff that'll work pretty smooth now that you've got it all set up the way that you do.
Man, Joe, I hope it goes smoothly. I guess we're going to find out real shortly here, but it has been pretty fun to set up. And like you said, it's still kind of a learning process. This is my first time using this software. We're going to use it for kids camp registration too. But it's been fun getting stuff ready. The excitement's building, so...
Nice. Well, you can check it out. Go to shepnaz.org. On the homepage, we have a banner there that is showing you to go to the VBS. You'll see kind of the logo and the button for it. The VBS name is?
True North.
And what does that mean? Like, what kind of theme are we talking about for Vacation Bible School?
So the theme is trusting God in this wild world. And it's kind of like, okay, maybe we can do a little visualization activity here, Joe.
All right.
So close your eyes. And
I feel like this might be how Wonder goes on Wednesday nights.
Yes, it's very imagination oriented.
All right. I got my eyes closed.
Okay,
now.
very good. Mine are closed too. I'm not sure why though. So this is the setting. You're on the front porch of a cabin in your nice little rocking chair.
Mm-hmm.
Out ahead of you is this lake that's surrounded by these beautiful green pine trees that are blowing back and forth in the gentle breeze.
Very nice.
There's an eagle that's flying over the water and grabbing a salmon out of the lake, except I'm pretty sure they only live in rivers and flowing waters.
I'm pretty sure this is the same vision Pastor Rob has for Hocking Hills, but go ahead.
Yeah, there's not a high ropes course, Joe. Take that out of the picture.
All right, I'm sorry. Erase that.
A moose off to your left and maybe a bear growling off in the distance and mountains that just line the horizon with the sun just cresting them. There in the far distance.
That's really nice.
So there you go. You can open them.
I can hear some birds and maybe other nature sounds in the background.
Yeah, I didn't do the sounds. It was all just images. There are birds out there.
Well, I live in a world that's got all the senses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my ears are closed all the time, Joe. Yeah, but that's cool. That's the vision. It's a little different. I like when we were looking for our VBS curriculum leading up to this. There are the tried and true ones about the under the sea or the outer space or the pirate voyage.
Yeah.
And there's lots of good options out there, but I am really excited about doing this one with the kids. I think with some of our skits and just kind of leaning into the decorations, it's going to be a fun one to prep and do with the kiddos. So.
Well, speaking of decorations, gotta tell me what you have in mind. What's happening there?
Ooh, okay. So we have some cool ideas about, like I said, you can kind of picture like the cabin in the lake. So we're talking about ways that we could maybe create like a 3-dimensional cabin prop, maybe bring in a couple canoes or kayaks because that seems to fit the theme. I've talked with a few people already about like Northern Lights backdrop. Northern Lights really fits the aesthetic too that we're going for. Maybe like some tents, definitely animals. All of our little forest friends are going to be there. Oh man, it's going to be cool.
It will be. So tell us a little bit about like when I walk in, do you know where things are going to happen yet?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing check-in in the main church lobby here, because the opening and closing ceremonies are going to take place in the sanctuary. So it's going to be kind of set up to fit our theme, and it's like I said, probably in the lobby area. There's going to be check-in, and like Joe said, registration is open now. But like if you want to bring your friends and they haven't had the chance to register in advance, that's totally cool. We can get them set up when they get here. We just want to make sure they end up with the right group of kids and that they have a crew leader that knows who they're taking care of. And we just need to make sure we get all that clear. And so we can help with registration and check-in when you get here out there in the lobby. And then your kids will be taken into the sanctuary. Was that your question? Where does it start, Joe?
Yep, that was it.
Okay.
You got there. All right. So then kind of like how do things progress throughout the evening?
Yeah. So after the opening ceremony, which will be like a brief introduction, talking, kind of teasing what we're going to be talking about that evening in a brief skit. Then the next thing that happens is the kids will get to go to different stations that they get to interact with in different ways. So there's like a different kind of Bible story / scripture memorization station. There's also going to, obviously there's going to be snacks. It's VBS. It's one of the best parts. So that's going to happen. There's going to be like activities and games, which is like more physical exercise oriented, which you got to have that. And then let's see, there's going to be crafts as well. That's another station that's taking place. What am I missing? Craft, snack, story, activities. I think that's about it. And then come back into the sanctuary to finish up and like kind of bring together the teaching for the evening and send the kids out.
And I'm sure during either opening or closing, or maybe even both, there's going to be times of like music and...
Oh, yeah, I didn't say that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely right. So there's some songs that I'm sure Joe is actually already familiar with briefly. He's been hearing some of them. But yeah, so there is going to be some music, some worship time there as well. And hoping to get to sing some of those on the Sunday morning following. Spoiler alert, Father's Day is going to be awesome.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. We're going to have some appearances from those at VBS on Father's Day during the Sunday morning worship. So that's going to be great.
Yeah.
And also, you will be preaching.
Yes, that is correct.
We got that nailed down now.
Yep, just early today we were deciding on that. So I am excited to do that too. I'm trying to decide now if I'll probably lean in to the VBS vibe, like it's going to be preaching for adults but also for kids too, because that's also the language I deal in a regular basis. So just staying true to myself there, Joe. But I am excited to get to bring a message for adults and kids alike. It's going to be fun.
Oh, that'll be great. All right. So I know that we can get the kids registered. What are the age ranges that VBS covers?
Thanks for asking that. So it's advertised as pre-K through 5th grade. And so how that works is if your kid was enrolled in some kind of pre-kindergarten or preschool schooling this year that concluded in the spring of 2025 here, so starting kindergarten in the fall of 2025, that's the lowest threshold for NVBS. So that's the preschoolers, and it goes all the way up to 5th grade, students that are completing 5th grade right now in springtime. So students that have completed preschool through 5th grade this year.
So if your student or your child is currently in pre-K, or they're currently in 5th grade, as we're talking today, then that would be the right age group for VBS.
And everything in between.
Yeah. So there's also opportunities to volunteer.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, the registration form being on the website, you can go to that form, and on that form, you can indicate whether you're registering as a child or if you're registering to be a volunteer, correct? Yep. So what are the kinds of things that people might be able to volunteer for? Yeah.
That's another good question, Joe, because I think why a lot of people are excited about VBS is it's one of the more fun things that you get to volunteer for, aside from like the special atmosphere that there is and the fun theme that you get to do. It's definitely like a high energy, really fun thing. Just a fun thing to be a part of as a volunteer, I feel like. So there's lots to do. I talked about the stations. If you want to help tell stories, if you want to help lead crafts, if you want to help serve snacks to kids, there's loads of different ways that you can help. We also need like crew leaders, which is a really special position where you'll get to spend the entire week, Monday through Friday in the evenings with the same group of kids. And so you get to build relationships with them and kind of see them begin to learn the stories and be there with them as they're asking questions and beginning to learn about the message throughout the week. And so that's a really fun way that you can serve too. And like you said, all that's available for contacting us or signing up through the link that you can register anyone through.
And to be honest, like from my perspective, sometimes being the guide is the best world to be in, because like you get all the benefits and very few of the drawbacks.
Yeah.
Because you get to just be with the kids and take them from place to place or where they're supposed to be, and you have that continuity day after day, being able to build those relationships with them throughout the week. And, you're not worried about trying to figure out the lessons and all that. You've got other volunteers that are doing that. So yeah, that's one of those positions that's, I think, kind of fun to fill. And plus, during the opening and closing time, you can sit with the kids and just pretend like you're one of the kids and act like one of them.
Well,
That's actually a great thing for a guide to do, because it really helps the kids get into it when they see somebody beside them that they, admire and respect, and they're doing the same thing that they're doing. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'll be sure to make sure that all of our guides and crew leaders get a snack and a craft to participate in as well. So don't even worry about
benefits that. Extra. All
yeah.
right. Well, is there anything that you want to cover that we haven't touched on yet?
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if we had decided on this. Well, anyhow, if you would like to help decorate for VBS, we're going to try and set up a few dates in advance where we can get decorations set up, start to prepare like props and things like that. So if that's something that you're interested, you can absolutely contact me. Also, in the registration form, there's a little question that asks, what way would you like to help serve for VBS, and decorating is one of those. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to check that box, which lets me know that I can communicate with you personally as we get closer to help build this special environment for this special week with the kids. So.
Sure, because there may be, especially when we do events in the summer, people go on vacations and everything, and they're like, "Man, I would really love to be able to help with VBS, but I can't be there that week because we already have plans." Well, something like decorating or helping us as we're trying to distribute flyers and we're trying to spread the word. Those are all things that you could be doing between now and then, even if you're not going to be there during that week, that you could certainly help out with VBS.
Yeah, definitely. And as we continue to promote stuff online, you can definitely be sharing those posts or sending them to people that that have kids that fit the age range, or people that are new to the church, or just friends of yours, as you are engaging with those with your own kids. So that's an awesome way to help and be a part of VBS.
So just a reminder, we know that VBS is coming up starting June 9th, correct?
Yep, 9th.
And it's going to be all that week, starting at what time in the evening?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. to 8. And but in the meantime, they don't just have to wait until then to have a great experience at Shepherd with Shepnaz kids. So remind us again of the regular weekly activities that they can be a part of.
Yeah. So every week, Sunday at 9 and 10:45, the standard service times for adults. We have stuff going on for kids too, where we get to share the good news of the gospel and teach about Jesus and teach about his teachings and stories from the Bible with our littlest worshipers. And it's a special time. Again, that's both services. We get to do that. So there's an elementary class for kindergartners through fifth graders. There's a preschool class that's special for their age group. And of course, the nursery as well, which is a special way to just develop those earliest memories in the church for the kids that are a part of our family here. And then Wednesdays, we have Wonder, which is a class for elementary schoolers that takes place at 6:30 in classroom 206 in the main hallway. And as you were referring to at the beginning of the podcast, Joe, it's a little bit of a slower time, a little bit of a more imaginative and curious time for the kids where they get to ask questions and think about the things of God and think about the things of the Bible in a way that's kind of different from what we do on Sundays. So that's an awesome and really fun thing that your kids can participate in too.
Sounds great. All right. Well, we encourage you to get to shepnaz.org. Look for the banner for True North, our vacation Bible school that's coming up June 9th. And also spread the word to your friends and family members. Maybe you have kids, friends, grandkids, neighbors, any of those. We want to be able to see them at Vacation Bible School. You can also check out everything else that's going on at the church by going to our upcoming events. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. For Pastor Brett, I'm Joe. Have a great day. This podcast is a production of the Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, Gahanna, Ohio. Email to podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know what you think.